What is up, family? It's your boy Deuces. I'm back once again. Thank you, guys. Another harsh reality reaction of the five students, Moscow, Idaho, that was brutally stabbed. We all thought that it actually was a killer, a serial killer, whatever he may be called, and is 100%. And we all thought also that he may actually had a hate crime on somebody in this house. Well, it turns to find out he just may have basically did this out of spite, out of hate, out of jealousy, whatever it may be, guys. So, Harsh Reality actually named his video this today. Maddie was the likely target. And we all thought that, guys. A lot of people speculated. There's a lot of speculations going on other channels about this. We try to stay 100% real on this channel, guys. But first, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like and subscribe, channel. It's highly appreciated. And without further ado, guys, let's jump right into the video.
Digress. So that's dog cam. So look, some information regarding this case. And, you know, we spoke yesterday about the 911 call. And, you know, it's difficult. There's a lot of information that's out and about, and you can never be 100% sure whether the people, even if these are people who are genuinely around this case, what their intentions are, who they are.
Guys, and we spoke on this in lives and stuff. Always double check somebody's word. Just don't go from your favorite YouTuber and check his word. Go to different channels. Try to find out what's the truth. Go to news media. Look at that. Find out the truth for yourself. Never just take one word, especially when it comes to true crime, because then we're putting false stuff out there and people's picking it up and running with it. And then there's different channels saying 20,000 different things, which there is anyway. But I mean, let's try to be real about this whole situation. Okay, so there's 4 people brutally stabbed. Was this one killer that actually got away with stabbing 4 people, 4 victims, and there's no trace of him? There's no knife. That knife is basically like his trophy. So where's this killer at? Did he leave the country? Is he in the same town? Is he right next door? Because you know they've checked out all this stuff. But now they actually got leads on DNA and they're putting it through the system, but they haven't got a hit yet. Hopefully we have that soon, guys. Anyways, let's jump right back to the video.
You know, sometimes some people are very hard to vet, impossible even, and all we can do is take them at their word. I still believe that the information received that we put in the video yesterday is true, 100%. But that is just my opinion, you know, and what is my opinion really worth? And that is the same for the information that I'm going to share with you today. This is, again, someone who is around this case. You'll find out what their connection is in a second. But the information that they have is both graphic, disturbing, and will open a few eyes. And people are going to be, I think there's going to be a mixture. There's going to be some people who, they want the information. They understand that, you know, it's information that's out there. And some people are not going to be very happy that the information has been shared. What I will say
No, I mean, you have people, some of the students that was actually at the food truck that night, coming forward, talking about it, and then news media is reaching out to them. There's even one that actually wanted to go to Dr. Phil. They wanted him to come on Dr. Phil. And he's like, look, I don't know about this whole enough about this situation to go on Dr. Phil. At least he was honest about the whole thing, guys. So you have news medias, you have, you know, people on the TV that does this stuff, that reports people's lives and everything else, just like Dr. Phil. And they want him to come on a show and share everything that he don't know. He's done said he don't know anything. He watched the girls at the food truck, watched them get in the car, and that's it. Other than that, he knows nothing else. So at this point, what is these people supposed to do that doesn't know nothing that the TV shows are reaching out to wanting them to come on their shows? Because you know they get paid for going on the shows most generally too. So who's just going to take up this opportunity for a vacation? I'm sure there will be some people that actually will go just for a vacation, even though they know nothing about the case and they just seen the girls at the food truck. And there's people that takes advantage of people like that. Then you got intention seekers that wants to say that they know stuff, but then whenever it comes down to the real thing, They don't know nothing, but they said it just to get attention. Now they're done with the attention because they're getting too much. So they just want to classify they absolutely know nothing about it. It's crazy, guys. Anyways, let's jump right back to the video.
My defense, before I go ahead, is that the information is already out there. So I'm not the first person, I'm not the only person. This information is in the public arena, and if you are truly invested in this case and you are looking at all the sources that provide the information, then the likelihood is you can find it yourself quite easily. Now, what I will also say is the people, or the one person in particular who we're going to speak about, we're not saying that this person is guilty of anything, because they really couldn't. This is just someone's rendition, if you like, of what happened and what they're saying is going on. But we are not here saying that anybody is guilty of anything, and everybody is innocent until proven otherwise.
100%
So,
true.
without further ado, I'm going to go on to this now. And I will just read it to you. Like yesterday, the easiest thing to do is just simply read it to you word for word, because this is how the person has come across and what they've said themselves. So, hi everybody. I've been trying to withhold this information for some time. However, I am ready to share it. Relation to the case. In May, I graduated from U of I and quickly thereafter moved to NC. I have a relative who has been working as a coroner, not the one who spoke publicly, on the case. Additionally, and maybe even more importantly, some of my best friends, who are upperclassmen this year, were involved in making the 911 call. Why I'm sharing this info?
So I got a question about this whole thing. Can this person, if the coroner gets word of this, she's gonna know who this person is spilling the beans like this whenever the cops hasn't even come forward with this information. So does that put this person at risk for spilling everything that he knows? Because shouldn't it be the cops coming forward with this stuff, not, somebody that knows, has seen these people or upperclassmen in the same classrooms or whatever else it may be? So this just asks a question about this person coming forward. Is he 100% true? Because all of a sudden he just knows this. He's ready to talk about it. I don't get that. Like, why does people wait to talk about things? Like, the cops should be like, look, there should be absolutely no one else talking about this except us. There should be absolutely no speculations except us. But that's the reason why sometimes things are solved, guys, is thinking outside the box, speculations, people coming forward, the cops haven't even talked to. And some YouTube channels could reach out just as much as, news stations. 100% true. And a lot of people doesn't like that about YouTube channels. If you have 3 million subscribers, guys, on YouTube, you can reach out to a lot of people. So, I mean, there you go. Is this person 100% real factual evidence statement coming forward to us telling the truth about this? We just don't know that. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back to the video.
I've been holding on to this info since the day the case broke. I was told by my friends and family not to share this info, but today I hit a breaking point. I haven't been able to pull myself away from this subreddit and have become increasingly frustrated with the amount of misinformation being spread around. Which, do you know what I mean? If you're already heightened in terms of what is going on and your emotions surrounding it, and you can see people that you know being affected by it, put yourself in that person's shoes. If you knew stuff and you saw stuff being put out on social media that you knew not to be true, could you really keep it in yourself? I genuinely don't think I could. So I can't 100% criticize anybody for doing this. And what I will say is, once again, is, let's just remember, this is somebody who you can only vet them to a certain degree. So we take all the information that we have with a grain of salt. What I know to be true, Jack D is suspect number 1 for law enforcement at this moment, and has been since day one. The fact that they cleared him is a common tactic used by law enforcement to throw off both the public and the suspect.
And we've talked about that, guys, in lives. That's what they did. They cleared everybody to see what's going to come forward, who's going to be talking, see if they get information back. That's what they do, and we've already said that. So we knew that was going to happen. But anyways, guys, let's see what he has to say.
Kaylee's family was likely instructed to vouch for him. So again, the person is kind of speculating at this stage. Law enforcement believes that Jack either committed the crime or hired someone to. So whether this is information that they're getting from their coroner relationship, I do not know. Some of this sounds a little bit speculative. Jack either committed the crime or hired someone to. Law enforcement is puzzled by the fact that Maddie's body was mutilated far worse. Most wounds, and the only one to be partially decapitated. Law enforcement is building a case to arrest Jack D, and they are trying to determine why he was so aggressive with Maddie and less so with Kaylee. Ethan was found laying in the doorway of Xana's room. He was the second to last one to be killed before the killer. Likely, but not certainly Jack, quickly killed Xana and ran away. Feel free to ask questions below. I'm willing to answer with what I know.
Look, this is huge, guys. If this is true, this is 100% huge. And Harsh Reality is not known to be putting out fake stuff. He's just not. That's the reason why I like Harsh Reality. He's one of my favorites when it comes to true crime. That's huge. So you definitely have a hate crime at this point. So you could tell that the killer focused on one person and one person only, but killed the other 3. So my question to this whole thing is, or my answer to this whole thing is, better yet, is, look, I don't see him doing this stuff. I just don't. But that's my opinion. I think it's somebody different. But then again, the speculations is he had something to do with it, because the Venmo that was sent for $6, there was 6 people in the house at the time. So was that a number telling somebody that he may have hired a hit to take out them? Guys, I don't believe in any of that stuff. But that's what's going on outside in this world. Everybody's spreading all this stuff, saying numbers mean something to the killers, the numbers. So yeah, I mean, we could think outside the box, but there's a difference between thinking outside the box and, going on with a story that we hear from, social media or whatever else it may be. People's going to post stuff just for views, guys. It's going to happen. So I don't know really what to think about this. I don't think he was involved. I just don't. But maybe so. We don't know. That's the reason why they are called serial killers. I don't think it's the first time this person had actually killed before, too. It's too clean. He got away. People just doesn't get away. Killers just doesn't get away. It just does not happen. Usually there's something left behind. We're 3 weeks into this now. Anyways, guys, let's jump right back into the video.
And there you go. That is this person's rendition of the case, what happened, the actual attack itself. And as you heard, there's some graphic information in there. There's certainly some information in there that I haven't seen made public, so it would support the fact that they perhaps do have some insider info that could have indeed come from a coroner involved in the case. Beyond that, again, some of that I felt was a little bit speculative, and certainly, we've all got our thoughts around Jack, but, Jack is innocent until proven otherwise.
Right.
And there's certainly a few people around this case who kind of make you raise your eyebrows, not just Jack. But some people will turn around and say, well, look, he is the most obvious person. But if that's the case, then why hasn't he been arrested already? Could it be, like this person says, that they are building a case, biding the time, and putting stuff out there to try and trap him, perhaps? Who knows? You know, at the end of the day, this case will be brought down by science, more than likely.
All right, guys, there you have it. Harsh reality. Look, he's not known for putting out false stuff. He's not. But do we believe that or do we not believe that? I find it hard to believe that he was involved in this stuff. The parents cleared him, said he was a good dude, said that he would actually went on to marry her if this wouldn't happen to her. But the phone calls, who was the phone calls to so frantically? Was the killer there when they made the phone calls? These are all things we don't know, guys. But why would two people make phone calls unless one of them didn't answer? So they was like, "Hey, call him." I mean, I'm sure we've all did that. Well, call him from you call him and see if he answers. It's crazy, and it's going to continue to get crazier. Hopefully, justice is served soon, guys. Like I said, they do got the DNA. They're running the DNA through checks and everything else. It just hasn't hit a match yet, guys. But anyways, thank you guys a lot. But first, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like and subscribe, channel, it's highly appreciated. Your boy Deuces is out. Thank you guys. Have a good one.